Do you know that Rukmini, the wife of Krishna, was also attracted by seeing the Krishna's Bala Leela or childhood? You may be wondering, how did Rukmini see Krishna's Bala Leela or childhood? Let's understand this and start the story. Friends, welcome to Abode Vibe. As we all know, Lord Krishna was born as an eighth son of Devaki and Vasudeva in the prison room of demonic king Kamsa. On the very night of his birth, Krishna was carried to Gokul and was exchanged with the daughter of Nandagopa. Therefore, Krishna was brought up by Yashoda and Nandagopa. Devaki could meet Krishna only as an young boy after Kamsa was killed. Devaki was having this grievance for a long time, and in her old age, when she was staying with Krishna at Dwaraka, she told him one day about it. Krishna, my son, she said, I was destined to have 8 children but was never able to see the childish pranks of even one of them. Yashoda brought you up and enjoyed your pranks and gibberish you spoke. Every time I hear of your pranks from someone, I yearn to see you in that stage. Will you show me a version of your childhood, my child? Krishna looked at his mother with affection. He thought all of the sufferings she had undergone in spite of being a princess and was filled with sympathy at the thought of her destiny. With a benevolent smile, he replied, Why not, mother? Here I am. And to the surprise of Devaki, Krishna assumed the form of a 3-year-old and climbed on the mother Devaki's lap. Devaki was thrilled and cuddled the child Krishna with so much of love and affection to her heart's content. To satisfy her yearning, Krishna remained in that form for some time, following her wherever she went. Remembering that she had heard that he loved butter, Devaki churned some butter, by which time he ran and took the churn and the rope from her and snatched the butter, smearing himself with butter. He was looking so cute and mischievous, eating butter with relish and speaking in such childish gibberish, and Devaki was enchanted and on cloud nine witnessing this act of Lord. Krishna resumed his normal form. Devaki was overjoyed. Rukmini, Krishna's wife, was watching this. She was attracted with this childhood form of her Lord. I want this childhood figure of yours to be sculpted, O Lord, she requested Krishna. Krishna smiled. The divine architect Vishwakarma was called to sculpt the statue of child Krishna with the rope and the churn. Vishwakarma sculpted the figure exactly as they had seen. Rukmini worshipped this idol at her place. After the time of Krishna, Rukmini entrusted the safekeeping of the idol to the Arjuna, the Pandava, and in turn kept it in a place called Rukmini Vana near Dwaraka. Over a period of time, the idol got covered with Gopichandana clay, and being exposed to the weather, the clay hardened over the idol and it became a huge clay lump which was carried by this merchant as a ballast in his ship. Now let us see how this idol came to Udupi, Karnataka. One day when Madhvacharya, the great saint and devotee of Lord Krishna, had gone to the Malpe beach with a few of his disciples, he was observed there in composing a Dvadasha Shotra. The sea was choppy and rough. All of a sudden he could see a ship at a distance being tossed by the waves. There seemed to be the people on a boat. Madhva prayed to Lord and waved his upper garment, signaling to the people on the ship, and slowly the sea became calm. The vessel ran aground. The people in the ship were happy that their lives were saved. Captain was so thankful to this monk. He got down with the help of a rope, ladder, and came to the shore to thank Madhvacharya. He was a Muslim merchant carrying goods from Gujarat. He knew that it was by the power of this monk that the sea had become calm. Thank you, holy sir, said the captain, offering his salutation. You have saved our life. As a mark of gratitude, I want to offer you something. Kindly take whatever you want from the things I am carrying on the boat. Madhvacharya accepted his invitation and went on a boat and found a big lump of clay, which this merchant had put into his ship as a ballast when he commenced his journey from Gujarat. Madhvacharya knew that it was what was meant for him and told the merchant that he would take this big lump of clay. The merchant was happy that removing this lump of clay would also lighten the ship and the ship could move when the tide came in. Gladly gave the lump of clay to the Madhvacharya. Madhvacharya and his followers took the big lump of Gopichandana from the ship and got down. As they were wending their way through the shallow and near the beach, the lump split and broke, and they could see a beautiful Murti idol inside. Madhvacharya was elated. He knew that the Murti was that of his favorite deity, Krishna. I have been waiting for you, my dear Lord, he said with tears of joy. There was a lot of clay still around the Murti, and the Murti seemed to be the heavier than before. The disciples could not lift the Murti now. The Lord seemed to want only Madhva to carry him. Madhva bent down and embraced the Murti with the clay and lifted it into his arms as a father would lovingly lift a child. The Murti was light enough to be carried. Madhvacharya was in a state of ecstasy and as if in a trance, carried it to a tank near the Ananteshwara temple and dipped it inside. Washed by the cool waters of the tank, the beautiful form came out of the Gopichandana to the joy of all the onlookers. Madhvacharya built a temple for this child, God next to Ananteshwara and Chandramouleeswara temples, and from then Krishna started residing at Udupi. Madhvacharya taught his 8 disciples the rules of worshipping this Krishna. Do you know where is Udupi? Udupi is a town on the west coast of India and is situated in the state of Karnataka. Udupi is associated with Lord Krishna just as Puri is identified with Lord Jagannath or Mount Kailash with Lord Shiva. Before that, Udupi was the only place where 2 other temples of Lord Ananteshwara and Lord Chandramouleeswara existed. Both are Shiva temples and people from far and near came to visit these temples as they do even today. Thank you and do subscribe our channel.